Hi, everybody. It's Jane Johnson with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Mosin and host of Vancouver Island Time. I'm here with
Adera Angelucci
of
Spiro Creative.
We're going to be talking to her about Spiro Creative. So this is what kind of company exactly?
We specialize in video storytelling, so we want to go into companies and businesses that are doing great work in the world, have a passion for what they do, but they need help putting that sort of story together that could entice their audience or a clientele to work with them.
So to portray their message in an effective way.
That's right, because people aren't reading websites anymore. They want a quick dose of what it is, who you are, what you do, in an entertaining, emotionally driven way that they can connect to so that they know that you're for them.
I'm like for real estate, I find there's a big movement right now for increasing video coverage of listings.
I have noticed that too, and I've been telling realtors for 5 years to do that, but it's obviously stepping out of your shell and doing something very vulnerable, which is putting yourself out there in this way and learning how to talk, on the fly. Even if you're asking yourself to do a live, you're showcasing a house, you don't want to look like you don't know what you're talking about, and sometimes you might need to read the paper because you can't remember necessarily all the benefits and features of the place.
Right. So sometimes actually what I do is I put the information on the camera and then I speak to where the information is.
Oh, so you'll just put a piece of paper just below there? Oh, great. Good girl. You're giving away your tips.
So I did find though, so I started in video maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I was consumed for about 5 years before doing it with being perfect.
Right. And I just want to say that you're probably like the top realtor because of the video. So congratulations. And the perfect thing, you just had to get over that eventually, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, I did it really badly, and then I got a little bit of coaching. So do you do coaching?
Yes, of course. What did they coach you to do? Just how to hold your face, or how to over a line, or?
So they said I should talk when I speak.
Oh, this is riveting stuff. Okay.
And to look like I'm interested in speaking with somebody, look them right in the eye. And to me, it felt really fake to begin with.
Yeah, that does all sound a little bit fake. But you know what? Tonight, I'm going to be talking about this and my sort of 10 tips for video. And yes, you do want to pretend like the person that you're talking to is just like the eye of the camera, which I believe is
It's up there.
Oh, it's up there. I've been looking over here the whole time. Okay, so that's the person there. They're watching you
In the eye, right?
in the eye. Yeah. So I really love when people aren't staring at themselves and talking, because they're always like fussing with their hair or looking at their shirt, and you know that they're not doing that if they're looking at you and making eye contact with you. So I just imagine that the person that I want to engage with is just right there, and I'm delivering myself. This would be my training to them. And I'm not faking it.
So we were talking about a few things. First of all, when we were looking for a location, we wandered around the building. We don't have the best location today, but we wanted good light. How important is that? I find light is something that when it's wrong, it really is wrong.
Yeah, it distracts you from what everyone's saying. That and sound. If you can't hear them, you're out. If you can't see them, you're out. So those would be my two, get those under control and then just go for it. I used to tell you where to put yourself in the frame, and I would still do that. I would change a lot of things in this particular one, but it's not my show. It's Jane's, and I'm very happy to be here. Thank you. And but you can get away with those things, I guess is what I'm saying. To get a viral video or to nail a perfect video, it doesn't even exist anymore. It's whatever the people decide that they love and they share, and you can't control that.
Yeah, so actually recently I just started doing really short vignettes of nuggets of information. So if I see something that I think maybe one of my clients is doing wrong, like calling a listing realtor, I did a 2-minute video on why you really don't want to do that. And it was funny because I got a message back. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, someone totally, yeah. And sometimes too, I was like, oh, why do I even bother doing video? No one's watching, right? But then I'll get this one message that's like, you were just in my brain, or I was just thinking that, or like, bravo, or whatever. And you're like, that's it. You just have to remind yourself that you're only talking to one person and stop getting so caught up with your numbers. You're just trying to move one person at the end of the day.
Right. And actually the messaging was for somebody who was working with another realtor, to be honest.
Right. And you don't know if she got it?
Well, I don't know. All I can do is all I can do is control my own behavior. I can't control anybody else's, but I'm going to do my best.
And I love the idea that you're putting out those tip videos, and how you talk about them and deliver that it just needs to be so Jane. Just like you said to me, just be yourself, which I know to do, but thank you for reminding me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so do you find, though, after people go through this process with you, is part of the process even just realizing what their messaging is?
Yes, because that can also get them so caught up to not do their video because they're so concerned about how they're going to deliver that, and or what they're delivering, and or who they're delivering it to. So being able to nail that down and feel really firm about who you're talking to, what you want to tell them, and how you're going to tell them is very important, I would say. Basically, your messaging needs to be one thing per video. Like a lot of times we want to like tell everybody all the information. I don't know how many times we go into corporations and they're like, I want to tell the world these 5 things. And you're like, no, this isn't an info dump. A video is something that's supposed to move somebody to want to learn more, to want to connect with you, right? And that's why faking it and or giving too much information is just going to pull people back because they're not going to be able to resonate with that, right? So if you know what a message you want to give out, which was for you, not to list with a...
Not to call the listing realtor.
Not to call the listing realtor.
And there's an emotional... I was thinking about, okay, so what is the impact? It affects them on a very fundamental level when they're purchasing.
So I totally contacted the listing agent because I did not know and or watch your video. So what you're doing is amazing. So basically there's your message, right? You want to give that out. So the first thing, just to say, script it quickly in your mind. You want to say what you want to tell them, why not to do that. Then you want to tell them why not to do that. And then you want to tell them what to do instead, basically in a 2-minute sum up, which it sounds like you did, which is great. So now just come up with 200 more of those and you've got a YouTube channel. So yes, the message is very important over perfection of how it's shot and all of those pieces. Like yesterday, I went live and I had my morning face and I hadn't showered. And I had 3 or 4 people come back and say wow, bravo, we love that message, da da da. So that all came down to the message and not so much about what I looked like. But it takes a certain type of person to see past that, because I know sometimes I'll watch people and be like, wow, they should have just done their hair. Why didn't they do that, right? But at the end of the day, you just don't want to get distracted by the shiny exterior, and you want to listen to what the interior is trying to express.
Right. And I think over time that just naturally comes out, right? With more and more experience.
Correcto. It's like the riding of the bike. A lot of people think, oh, I should just be able to nail this. And they're horrible. My first videos were horrible. And they're still not all that great either. I mean, I've been at this for a long time, so I'm hoping that they're okay. But it is learning how to just be comfortable and yourself on camera and not to judge what you're putting out there, and to allow the message just to flow through you because you've resonated with it, and therefore the right person is going to hear it and resonate with it as well.
So what type of clients do you tend to attract?
So this is a fun fact. We've done over 2,000 videos. I've been in every industry. Just name an industry. If you're thinking off the top.
Forestry.
Done.
Mining.
Done. Those are silly ones. Think of something crazy weird. Anyway.
Esthetician.
Yes. Waxing even. Cloud9, yeah, I could give you all the names. Anyway, so I've been all those places. It's very fun for me because I get to go into so many people's worlds that I would never be privy to, and see, we were in Nickelback's house for one, and stuff like this. And so you're there and you're like, wow, this is your life. This is what you do. Chicken farmers,
me too. Chicken farmers.
You too.
Not Nickelback though.
Yeah. And then I don't know, I guess my brain is just able to see the full picture and see what they're trying to convey. And then coming up with that story that I think is really going to, I've used the word resonate 10 times in this. So is going to
appeal
or attract their ideal client or customer. And then how do we tell that story? That's really important. And I don't think I emphasize that enough when I bring on new contracts and clients. I don't talk about the importance of how that story is told, because technically, like I thought this would be a fun challenge. You could get all sorts of video companies with like this one script with this for this one company, and every one of them is going to deliver a different story and a different way of portraying that through their visuals, right? So
That's an interesting idea.
I know it's a really good one. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But I think it would be a cool challenge. So I think maybe the company pays and they get, and we all, there's like 10 video production companies that sign up for it. It's almost like a challenge. And then that company picks one of them and that person is the one who gets the money for it.
You could do that with like Coke or Pepsi
Yes, exactly.
because it's a lifestyle.
Oh, yes.
I'm just thinking how, honestly, how it, that's very similar to real estate because what I'm trying to do is I'm talking about the neighborhood. I'm talking about where they want to live. It's not just about the house itself. Some houses I just love and I talk a lot about the house, but really I'm selling a lifestyle. Do you find that you resonate with people or create long-term relationships?
Yes, which I think is absolutely necessary when you are an entrepreneur and a business owner, because those people become your people and you all support and nurture each other in your growth, whatever that looks like. And I love that my work peeps become my friends.
Really, what you want to do when you build your business is find people who are a center of influence networkers, and then they facilitate your introduction to everybody else.
I am that person. I'm a coin. Coin me.
I'm a coin too. I think I'm a coin because, sometimes people want to buy a house, and I'm like, well, you don't have a job, so let's find you a job.
Absolutely, yeah. You're always seeing all the little pinpoints of how you can assist and help them in growing the life that they want for themselves.
How do people get in touch with you?
Well, first you can come to the website, spirocreative.ca, and leave me a message in there and let's talk about your story. I really get excited when I get to hear people's stories. And then secondly, Adera Angelucci is all over the social as well. And I talk a lot about the people that I promote, different things you can do to step out of your comfort zone, and obviously how to kick it in video and not feel like a total doofus.
And you do a fun Friday.
I do a dance party Friday. Yeah, we're going to do that today, actually, at the group. So I'm excited about that. Hashtag Dance Party Friday.
Okay, so follow that. And if you want more information about the Ladysmith area, contact me. I'm Jane Johnston with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun. Take care. Have a great day. Welcome. It's Jane Johnston with the Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun. I'm here with
Adera
Angelucci. Angelucci. I think we should cut that out.
Okay. Angelucci. Make memories? What am I trying to say? And I'm a hand looker. I don't know why. Say that out again.
The lady sip. Oh.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of ways to touch me.
I love this show. It's so much fun.
So fun.
Okay. Talk to you later.